What's up, YouTube? It's Lee from TeamPurplePanda, and I have a very cool segment for you guys today. This is called How to Make Money Off Yu-Gi-Oh! So, a lot of people know that I have some cool decks for sale. I got some pretty cool stuff in my binder. And they asked me, Yo Lee, where do you get all these cards? Where do you get the money for these cards? How much money do you spend on these cards? And I want to tell you this right now. I spend roughly about 10 bucks a week on Yu-Gi-Oh! That's out of pocket money, and that money goes into tournaments. Yet I have a consistent flow of cards that's coming in, and I'm making into decks and offering it to you guys. So how do I do that? I'm gonna go ahead and actually make a little video to discuss this. It's my little secrets. Actually, it's not really a secret. I've been telling you guys this, all my friends and people that I meet, how I get money off Yu-Gi-Oh, and they just don't believe me. They go, no way, until they see my binder. So here's what it is. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh actually not too long ago, and when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I realized that there are just some decks out there that wins, and I have made the decision that I like to win. I really like to win. So instead of just going out and buying the most expensive deck that I see, I actually went and did some research. I researched on what the meta is, how to win, what people are doing to win, why are they winning, why is this deck winning, that deck not winning, how do I play, what's my play style, what is the play style of the pros, how come they can do this and I can't. I did a lot of research. I did a lot of just questions and asking people, forums, this and that, and I finally figured out this. In order to be good in this game, you have to have the necessary cards and the necessary knowledge of the game. So to begin, you need this: money. That's right. In order to make money, you have to invest money. So the first thing you do is get an initial capital. It can be a few $100s. It can be $40, $50, depending on what your budget is. But again, the bigger your capital it is, the more return you're going to get. It's just like investment 101. So I went out and I go, okay, cool, this deck's winning, and in this meta, this particular meta, I realized that, hey, this deck is winning, and but it's not really my playstyle. So what can I do to make this deck my playstyle? And I go, okay, I will change this and this and this, and it will be my playstyle, and I can win this. And I created my 19 fusion deck. But to begin with everything, I have to go out and spend money to get one of these. Why? Because this is a very expensive card. The reason why is because it wins games. Flat out, it wins games. And when you invest money into a card that wins games, guess what's going to happen? You're going to start winning games. And when you start winning games, what you're essentially doing is you're trading smaller amount of cash, like $5, for a larger amount of Yugi cash. I call it like Yugi cash or card cash. Basically a card value, your money value, which is like dollar value, and your card value. You're exchanging, so you're turning $5 of cash value USD into say $20 of card values. So you can take the card value, aka store credit or whatever, and you invest it into cards. So what you're doing is you're turning $5 into $20. And if you go to a tournament where it's a good return, they give you like several packs, for a win or whatnot, then your return's even bigger. So you invest money in a deck that wins, so that you can change a small amount of cash into a big amount of Yu-Gi bucks. So that's your first way of making money. Now once you get the cards, your quote-unquote Yu-Gi buck cards, you start getting more money because you start pulling good stuff. The probability of you having a good pull, again, it's really luck based, but the thing is, when you get cards, your card pool collects. A good example of this theory is snowman eaters. When they first came out, they're like 50 cents. No one wants them. Now they're like $5 because you don't know which card's gonna be good in the future. Another great example is Gateway of the Six. They were $5 back then, and now they're almost 30, 35. So just because you got a card back then or now that's not good, it's not worth much, just keep it, and you never know if it's gonna be worth later or more in the future. So there's another way of you making money. So your card pool gets bigger and bigger and bigger because you're winning tournaments. Then brings me to my third point. Once your card pool gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you will start to have a very good trade binder. When your trade binder is good, that means you're investing again small amount of cash into larger amount of Yugi money. So now you need to find a way to convert that Yugi money back into cash. And what you do is you do it in the form of a trade binder. You have trades, and you have all these cards that you collected from winning from tournaments, and you need to be extremely well in tune with the markets. You need to be very updated in the card prices and card values of things, so that way you can guarantee you don't rip yourself off, you can guarantee you don't like outrageously rip somebody else off, and you can also guarantee that you are actually buying and trading in a way that can generate a small amount of profit for yourself. So that's also extremely important to be on top of the game. Know how much a card is worth, know how much it was worth, and more importantly, know how much it will be worth. If you know all those things, then you're good to go, and you can make money from that. So as soon as you start selling cards, and so changing this back into cash, you start getting pluses, so getting a lot of money. So now that brings to another point is, once that happens, you take that money and you invest it back into cards. Maybe back in tournaments. That's why I do. I invest a lot of money back in tournaments. I love tournaments. Or you invest it into cards where you go, okay, this card is going to be worth more in the future because this new combo is coming out, or this OCG thing is coming out. By having the foresight of that, you can now invest the money back into the Yugi cash and wait a little bit to have a bigger return. So it's all about investing, returning, investing, returning. And as that happens, you will start to sell cards to a bigger circle of people. So that is my fifth one. When you sell cards to the bigger group of people, you will start to get more recognition. And when that happens, your customer circle is going to grow more and more and more. So essentially what that happens is it expedites the circle. So eventually you play tournaments and then get the cards, and immediately you will have a card pool, and immediately that card pool is going to be sold and turned back into cash. And this circle goes round and round and round, and the faster it goes, the more pluses you go. So if you think about it, every $5 you spend here turns $20 here, turns about $30 here, and when it gets back to you, it's $40. So every $5 you invest into Yu-Gi-Oh, the return is like $40-50. And the faster this goes, the more money you earn, the faster you do it. So that's how I see it. And finally, and most importantly, is once your circle gets big enough, do not be over your head. Do not go crazy. Do not get cocky. I'm pretty cocky, I know that, but I would never disrespect somebody. Call them, oh, you're this, you're that. No, I would never do that, because I believe that Yu-Gi-Oh is a game of respect. I respect you, you respect me. Obviously, if you're stupid, I'll respectfully make fun of you. But still, at the end of the day, I respect you, respect me. Because we're cool with each other, because we're friends, we can hook each other up. A lot of friends in Yu-Gi-Oh! And basically they're friends with me because I hook them up quite often. If they need something, I go, here, just take it. You just have one. Someone needs, like, what do they need today? They need, like, some Neko Valley. I'm like, here, just take some. And that karma will come back to me. I know he'll always come back to me. And he's not going, hey, man, he's on free stuff. But he's going to be like, hey, yo, I know a friend who's looking for this deck. Do you have one? And because I played the tournaments and get so much pluses and whatnot, I do have that deck. So at the end of the day, I go, yeah, I do. And boom, I have a bigger customer pool now. I have a bigger pool now. So essentially, by being friends with people, by being respectful, you are constantly increasing your circle. And finally, I use the duality as an example of this little thing I'm doing, is because of this. In this meta, when duality came out, I actually invest money on like the third day to get myself one duality, just one. And by winning tournaments, studying the game, buying, selling cards, knowing my value, I bought two more, and then my winning became extremely consistent. I mean, I'm winning quite a lot. If I go to your logos, you know that I have topped several times. I'm not bragging. It's just that just what it is. But that made me enough cash and made me enough return to get the rest of these dualities. So now I have six. This also applies to my teammate who did the same thing, and now we both have like a few dualities in our pockets. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I think the message is that to be good in this game, you need to know this game, know to play this game, and also just respect everybody that plays this game, because it's a very fun game. And even though there's a lot of players, the Yu-Gi-Oh community is honestly not that big. I mean, your locals have about 30 people to 40 people, depending how big it is, and those are the 30-40 people you're gonna be hanging out with for quite a while if you're gonna stay in that local. So be respectful, and eventually it's all gonna come back to you in pluses. Thanks for watching, guys.